Please introduce yourself. Who are you? Where are you from?
My name is Bulgakov Ivan Mikhailovich. I am from the Krasnodar region.
How did you end up in Ukraine?
I signed a contract for military service. I wanted to make some money. There's no work, so I signed the contract.
The main purpose of going to fight in Ukraine was to make money?
Yes.
Okay, at least you are honest. When did you end up in Ukraine? Where were you?
Last November, near Berdyansk.
What were the goals to fulfill? What did you do there?
We assaulted the positions according to orders.
How many of you were there?
We had a 7-person group.
7 men were assaulting the position?
Yes, the group went in and that's it. If it's out, it's out. If not, it's not. If it's not out, another group gets sent in.
They'd sent in 7-man groups until they took a first station? You were actually in one of the groups that went and you were captured there?
Yes, that's right.
All right. Could you tell me in detail what the group was like? Who you were with? Were you able to talk to anyone? Other people? What was the reason they also went? You went for the money.
Well, most of the people I talked to signed contracts. Most of them went because of money. Those who had been mobilized had no choice.
You signed a contract. Were you forced into it?
No, I did it myself. I thought I'd make money, buy a house, something like this for myself.
Did you make any money?
Yes.
Did you get payments to your bank account?
No, all I got was a sign-in paycheck. That's it.
How much did you get?
190,000.
All right, then, about the fact that you assaulted the first station 7 men. How many survivors are there from the group?
All 7 of us were taken in captivity, all alive.
Okay, how were you captured?
Well, the command told us that there was no one there. We should go in and dig in, take this position and hold it. We went in, but there were Ukrainian soldiers there, as if we were ambushed. We did not know who was there and how many people were there. We gave up our weapons and surrendered because we wanted to leave.
And you didn't have any resistance, you just surrendered?
No, there was no resistance, because what we see on TV and what happens here are different things. If I had known from the beginning that this was happening here, I wouldn't have gone.
Okay, when you were taken prisoners, how were you treated?
They treated me all right. They did not beat us, nothing. Before we got to the pre-trial detention center, we were brought to some house in some village, fed, and the next day we went to the pre-trial detention center.
Once you were in the prisoners of war camp, how did you feel about the condition? How were you treated? Was there physical, psychological pressure, as it said on all the Russian TV channels?
Nothing wrong with that. They treat me well, they feed me well. Well, compared to the way it in the army, in fact, it's almost the same.
So you have what to do and they don't bother you much. Do humanitarian organizations come to you?
Yes, the Red Cross was there.
Do you write letters?
Yes, but there really aren't any answers. I don't know why. Maybe my wife doesn't write, or maybe they don't come. I don't know.
What is your relationship with your relatives?
Fine.
Did your family know you were going here because of money?
Yes, my wife knew.
And she supported this decision?
She said, "Go, no matter how, no matter what happens, I'll always support you." She was okay about that.
What about your attitude towards Ukraine in general? If you were going for money. But what was your attitude towards Ukraine? Because you have a lot of messages about Ukrainians being scoundreled, bad, they do terrible things. You can't surrender as a prisoner of war either, because they will torture you very badly there. How did you feel about it? What did you think about it?
I don't know. We have guys from Ukraine living in the village where I live. I communicated with them. They are normal people. My relatives lived in Kyiv, but in the 90s the connection was lost, and I didn't communicate anymore.
You went to fight against Ukraine. You realized you would have to kill, didn't you?
I didn't know there was such a thing going on here, such hostilities. We don't see such things on TV.
What is shown to you?
They say that everything is normal. There is maybe a firefight among each other somewhere. In all the time I was watching TV, I saw twice that a trench had been taken, but no one shows the kind of fighting that take place. I signed a contract to get a position as a driver. They told me that I would be transporting food and people in a truck. I signed a contract to get a position as a driver.
How did you end up there?
There were no men in the unit. The whole unit was broken up in a week. There were no men left. 8 men left. And everybody, the drivers, whoever was there, everybody was gathered in a group. They added 5 mobilized men and sent 2 groups. The third one I didn't see because we went in 2.
What impressed you most during the war? Why don't you want to do again?
Because they say we do not abandon our own, but there are heaps of corpses lying there. Nobody takes them away. They just lie buried in the ground. They are covered with soil. Nobody takes them away.
Why aren't they taken away?
I can't say that. I can't even think of anything. It's just wiping people out. That's all. I think that's it. They're just not needed.
Did you have many chances to stay lying there?
Of course I did. Only because I acted wisely, I stayed alive.
Was it lucky to surrender?
Yes, it was.